So I see a lot of questions come up in just about any woodworking forum you can find it online. And somebody's always asking, how do I sell my stuff? Where do I market my woodworking? I want to do this for a business. I want to make money doing this. Everybody does, right? But the biggest question is always, well, how do I market this? And every time that question comes up, all the opinions and the advice roll in the comments, right? Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, word of mouth, that's another one, okay? Those are all decent suggestions, but the thing that I don't ever see mentioned or the question asked, what is it you're making and who are you trying to sell it to? Those are the first things that you should be asking yourself. Where's my market? What am I selling? So if you love making cutting boards, where do you sell cutting boards? In that context, places like Facebook Marketplace and things, listing websites like that might be a great place for you to do that. People talk about craft fairs. Okay, if you're building like the guys that sell the little wind chimes and the whirly things and the whirly gigs and all that, those craft fairs are a great place for that because people love that stuff. And if you enjoy making those and going to the shows, that's going to be a good fit for you. But then what about guys like me that I make custom furniture to order, right? So I don't have a warehouse or showroom or any of that. So how do I market the stuff that I sell? If you're in the same boat as me where you're doing custom builds, then, Marketplace is not going to be a good place for you. Like I can tell you right now with great certainty that nobody on Marketplace is looking to spend $11 or $12, $1,500 on a custom-made rocking chair built to their proportions. They're not. They're looking for one that somebody's getting rid of that they can throw out on their porch for $50. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you just have to know where your demographic is. So, like for me, I don't have a showroom, and I'm not going to let you in my house to see the stuff that I built for myself and my family. And word of mouth is not going to get me clients from Dallas or Fort Worth or Arlington or any of the other surrounding cities around here. I don't think word of mouth actually travels that far. But so how do I get those clients to call my phone or send me the email? The first thing I suggest you do is invest in a website, an honest to God website. And I'm not talking about now, when I say this the same way that I tell you when it comes to buying tools. Buy the best tools you can afford because cheap tools cost you more in the long run and you are going to have to upgrade those as you progress. So if you can afford the good stuff when you buy the best you can afford that fits your needs, right? Same thing goes with your marketing and your website. When you put up a website, you don't want to just throw something up over the weekend on a DIY website thing unless that's the best you can do. And keep in mind when you do that, if you start to evolve, you're going to need to upgrade that too, right? But so back to like me as an example, I don't have samples and I don't have any of that. So what I do have is I have a website that has a few pictures on it. And then how do people get to know about me? Because a lot of it is they're not just buying the product, but they're going to come and spend several $1,000s for a piece of furniture. They want to know that they're giving it to the right person. So how do you kind of convince them that you might be that person or a good fit for what they're looking for? In my case, I put up my website, first thing. Second thing, and a lot of you guys are neglecting this from what I can tell, your Google business listing. That's a huge one. And that's the kind of thing that will get you into the Google search engine faster than your website will. And when you do your website, make sure that your SEO is solid, the keywords and all those things. And, hire a professional if you can afford it, right? That's going to be your best bet. The other thing, keep those Google listings updated, right? So every week or so, post a picture, little update, those things so that keeps your listing at the top of the search, because that lets Google algorithms know that you're active. And then, of course, reviews, right? And we talked about this in the making this a business and all those things, and managing your clients. This is all part of this, right? So you got your review section. You make sure you have some solid reviews there. And I don't recommend you go and get all your friends and everybody to send you reviews if you haven't done work for them, because that comes back to bite you later on. So then the other thing that I've done so that people can get to know about me and what I do is I have my Facebook group. Obviously, I've talked about that in other videos. But there's also a Facebook page for Design Creations Woodworking that it's nothing, spectacular, but I do throw updates up there once in a while. And then also this channel, this YouTube channel I have here, what it does is it creates this cycle, this marketing cycle. So what that does in the whole big picture is when someone searches me or my little business here, then Google starts spitting out all kinds of stuff. My website will pop up, my Google business listing will pop up, my YouTube channel pops up, my Facebook pops up, all those things. And what that does is it gives people a kind of sense of who I am and how I'm doing things. Especially these videos, apparently. Wow, that'll be a whole subject for another talk. But so when you start trying to build your business, marketing is a big part of it. And this is why, like in how I price my woodworking video that we talked about, how I price my stuff, it's not all labor and materials and time and all that. You got to have some percentage built into your pricing to support your business, right? The little company, the little name you're doing business under, has to make some money, because none of this marketing is free. So you're either going to pay it out of your pocket, or you're going to make enough money on your builds to keep it going, and that's the goal. So what that does is it creates this big marketing cycle, right? So I have all these different entities out there with my name on them and my little business, so that when consumers search that, if you want to find a custom rocking chair in DFW or something like that, my website's probably going to pop up in the top few on Google. And this is why. The SEO on the website, keeping the Google business update current, and then all the posts and all the stuff on Facebook, and you'll see links for all of those things pop up. So now people can see all of this information, and they can click on it and see different things, see the updates, things that I say, how I do what I do, and they find the links to this channel. They can cruise through some of the videos and see some of the work and listen to me talk about things like this. So that gives them a sense of who I am, and believe it or not, for a lot of people, that makes them a little more comfortable handing over some money to me to build them a piece of furniture. So I see that a lot out there. People are like, how do I market my stuff? And all the advice and all the opinions, and they're all good opinions and good advice, but they all come from the lens of what the person commenting is doing, right? But there's so many different aspects that fall under what we call woodworking that you have to figure out where your market is and who you're trying to sell it to, or you're going to be sitting around wondering what the heck's going on. So I thought I would just come out before I get started and the tasks for the day and talk about that stuff for you guys and just kind of pass along my thoughts on that. So remember what I said: website, Google listing, those are the top two right there. Everything else, as you go along, you want to get into those things, they help a lot. But your website and your Google business listings, and especially in your area, are going to be the biggest drivers for things that you're doing. Unless, like I said, you're in the demographic where you're selling a little bit cheaper things or small items, then Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, stuff like that, it's going to be a great fit for you too. But I still recommend a quality website and a Google business listing for all of those other guys too, because it gives you a wider reach. And if people search you, there's more information on you and what you do that they can look at that tends to make them feel a little more comfortable about dealing with you. All right, so that's it for today. I'm going to get back to work, but I wanted to share that with you guys. See you on the next one.